Hi, folks. So I've been thinking, I've been thinking about the evolution of technology and the evolution of wisdom and where we currently may find ourselves. I'm going to do something a little different in this video. I've taken notes that I'm going to read from, so that it eliminates the wandering and the length of a video. So cognition. Okay, we evolved into a period where anthropologists call it the cognitive period, where Homo sapien started gaining wisdom and knowledge about how to learn, and our minds changed shape, and our neural wiring, reconfigured from, the basic, our basic ancestors, Neanderthals, and that kind of thing. Um, but I questioned all that. Um, but let's talk about cognition. Cognition is the mental process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. Well, where are we at today? We're able to still think, but I think we're limited in experience, particularly in the virtual world that a lot of us live in and spend more time uh, dealing with. And as far as gaining knowledge through the senses, if you look at the living in a technological world and virtual reality and people working with computers and all that, which a lot of people are doing, um, what kind of sensory input can you gain from a computer screen, except for the light damaging our eyes? And so it involves reasoning, all right? But because computers can kind of reason for us, people are doing less of that, I believe. It requires attention to detail, attention to things that are happening around us. And I think it's a known fact that our attention span has decreased. I can do just a 7 minute video, and people click off after 2 minutes or 3 minutes. When I'm watching somebody's video, I watch it right to the end. Why not? Sometimes that's the best part. Um, Language we've done okay on. Communication via language has been very, very good. And so we learn, and then, we use our perceptions, and that's cognition. Technology can advance humanity, but it's wisdom that will sustain it. And I see more and more technology, but less and less wisdom. And so, where will that take us? Will it take us from Homo sapiens, Homo meaning Homo wise in Latin, to Homo incipiens, meaning Homo foolish in Latin? I don't know. It's just an interesting question. Progress is often regressed. We all grew up with, oh, that's progress, and some people were for it, some people were against it. But I see it sometimes. I see the regression in progress. Um, we physically regressed dramatically from our hunter-gatherer ancestors. I mean, those folks were physically strong, stronger than anybody, in modern times or modern history. I also think that they were very, very smart. I think that they knew how to develop cognitive skills to hunter gatherers. I don't think we went from hunter gatherers to all of a sudden the wonderful age of cognition as a species, and we made tools and we found fire and all this other stuff, which was cool. That was good. But don't diminish the fact of the cognitive skills necessary to be a hunter-gatherer. Imagine identifying all the plants that we're familiar with that you can eat. Imagine, learning, tracking, and hunting animals and how to live safely and that kind of thing. So I think progress is often a form of regress. Um, Mystical teachings have been teaching us on how to question our understanding of reality for 1,000 years. It enabled us to achieve an inner peace. Virtual reality and artificial intelligence generates a falsicity that establishes a stumbling block into any cohesive analysis. In other words, if we have to determine whether it's real that's being presented to us, to use our cognitive abilities, and we don't even know if it is real. I think there's going to come a time where computer generated stuff and artificial intelligence is basically the largest reality that we're going to be experiencing via the internet. Now, I'm an old hermit, and my wife doesn't spend a lot of time on the computer. She's more of a hermit than me. And Lori has always, not been a fond of the internet. That's why she's never on these videos with me. She goes as far as to say that it's evil. And she's not, an ultra conservative Christian. She's a mystic. It's an interesting observation, which I really don't find a lot of fault with if you stop and think about it. And so we've gone from mystic sages and philosophers guiding our thought process, which has benefited humanity and society, to techno geeks whose sole purpose is to generate money at all cost, with what seems to be, a total disregard for humanity's well-being. So I can sit up here comfortably, and I'm not, entrenched in real people contact because I'm a hermit, have been for 27 years. But when I go on the internet and I go into YouTube and look at videos and see kind of where people are at in that room, I just wonder, where are we heading? What are we going to evolve into? Yeah, just something to think about. See you later.